What's up, everyone? Ignore the lag at the beginning here. I don't know what happened, but it lags for a few seconds, but it does go away. So basically, this is my first time ever doing this, so I don't know how well it's going to go. I mean, it might suck. It might not be too bad, but we'll see. Really, I've wanted to record for a long time, and I finally just did it. I bought the Elgato Game Capture HD. It's brand new, so you may not have heard of it. I'll probably link them in the description, but basically it's probably one of the best recording devices I've ever seen. I was looking at the HD PVR and a whole bunch of those when I was thinking about doing this, but the Elgato seemed like the best choice. It's really easy to hook up. It's really small. It works well with Mac. I mean, it works with Windows as well, but I have a MacBook, so it works great with that. It comes with great software, so it just seemed like the perfect choice for me. So I did go with that, and I definitely recommend it. So basically for my channel here, I'm going to be recording tons of different gameplays. I'm not just going to do Call of Duty. I just did it first because it's usually the easiest, but I pretty much plan on playing every major game that comes out, so you can definitely expect to see a lot of that stuff. Really, I was thinking about talking a little bit about E3 during this video because it did just pass, and I pretty much watched every single thing on E3, and basically want to start off by saying Black Ops 2. Obviously, most people are a fan of Call of Duty if you're watching this video. Black Ops 2, I think it looks good, but really nothing that like blew me away or anything. It sort of just looks like every other Call of Duty, which isn't a bad thing in some people's eyes, but you know, it's I'd like to see a little bit different gameplay. I mean, they do the Strike Force thing, I think it's called, where you can jump out of your body and fly all over the place and switch stuff. So that's unique, but it's still just the same old Call of Duty. The other major multiplayer game would probably be Halo 4. I'd say that's looking like a great game. When they first showed the single player campaign stuff on the Microsoft conference, I was blown away by how amazing the graphics looked. I think that's going to be a great game for multiplayer and all that. Another game that definitely comes to mind is Assassin's Creed 3. I think that game is going to be amazing. That gameplay was amazing. I don't even know how to say it more. It was one of the coolest things I saw of all E3. Sticking with Ubisoft again, I'd probably say Far Cry 3 was another great game. They showed co-op, 4-player co-op. They showed single player. They didn't show any multiplayer, but I have seen a multiplayer trailer, which also looked amazing. So the thing that with Far Cry 3 that really gets me excited is the fact that there's actually a real story this time. In Far Cry 2, it was kind of just like drive here, drive there, do all these random missions. But Far Cry 3, it seems like there's a real story, and you're really going to care about completing the story and all the characters and stuff. So that's another one to definitely keep an eye out. And again, with Ubisoft, I think Ubisoft had the best conference out of everyone there, by far. They unveiled this brand new game right at the end called Watch Dogs. At first, it kind of looked like Grand Theft Auto and like a whole bunch of other games combined, but in the end, I think that was one of the coolest games I've ever seen. It's basically, if you haven't seen it, it's a guy in like way in the future, and he's walking through like a party, trying to like find certain people, and he keeps like scanning the people and like learning all this stuff about them. Like, this guy's a doctor, one of them says HIV positive. I mean, he gets tons of information. So he eventually beats the guy down, goes out into the street, and he has a little switch that he flicks, and it turns all the lights at the lights over the cars drive. It turns them all green, so all the cars crash right in the middle there, which I thought was amazing to start. He then gets in this crazy shootout with all these glass flying everywhere and crazy graphics and gameplay. And then he finds the guy he's looking for, pulls him out of the car, beats him up, and then shoots him in the head. So, I mean, crazy gameplay. I honestly got a lot of Grand Theft Auto feel from it. It looked like Grand Theft Auto in the future and better graphics and just overall an amazing game. And everyone was thinking it was coming out for next-gen consoles, but Ubisoft said it's coming up for PS3, Xbox, and PC, so that's crazy. Just to think that this far into the life cycle they can play a game with those graphics. I mean, it's crazy. Maybe we don't need new consoles after all. But other than that, what else was there? Splinter Cell Blacklist. That's another game that looked really good. It was kind of like, it was Splinter Cell, but he was kind of like in the military. He was he was sneaking through like a Modern Warfare 3 scene. Like he was sneaking around, doing all those crazy stealth kills, which is always fun. I played the last Splinter Cell and I thought it was really awesome, so that's pretty exciting. The other thing that was really cool was the Connect usage in that game. Sam Fisher climbs up a wall, shouts, "Hey you!" and the guy turns around and looks back there. So I think that's a really cool way. I mean, a lot of people hate on Connect, but when it's used for stuff like that, it can be really cool. Moving on to EA, I'd say. Medal of Honor. EA didn't have many great games. I mean, Medal of Honor was one that looks really good. I mean, I like the last Medal of Honor story. Multiplayer, not so much, but the story was pretty good. So I'll definitely check out this year's Medal of Honor, and it should be fun. Other than that, I mean, if you like sports games, I like Madden. Madden looks really good this year. There's a whole bunch of new physics and all that, but I know a lot of people hate on Madden too, but pure football fan, I think this year is going to be a good game. Other than that, Sony, a lot of people say Sony won out of the big three. I mean, I think I'd probably agree with that, although I still really like Microsoft a lot. But Sony, when they showed The Last of Us, that was crazy. I could not get over how cool that game was. Just, it looked like, well, I mean, it's made by Naughty Dog, so it looks like Uncharted, but in a totally different setting, in a totally different way to play the game. I mean, I thought that was fantastic. I think that's definitely going to be a game to own a PS3 for. It's looking great. But overall, like I said earlier, I'd say Ubisoft had by far the best press conference. They showed so many different cool games and gameplay. Every other company like Microsoft and Sony, they showed just gimmicks. Like Microsoft shows Nike Plus, Connect, all that stuff like that nobody cares about. People who are watching E3 are hardcore gamers who want games. The people who buy Nike Plus and Connect aren't watching E3, so I don't know why they think that they need to show that kind of stuff. And Sony spent the worst half an hour of my life talking about Wonderbook with an adult lady sitting on the carpet playing a kid's game, not even knowing how to do it. It was ridiculous. I think if they hadn't showed Wonderbook, that press conference would have been amazing. EA, they really didn't show too many games. I mean, Medal of Honor, tons of sports games. There wasn't a whole lot really. And then, who didn't I mention? Nintendo. I didn't talk about Nintendo at all. I'm not a really big Nintendo guy, so I did tune into the conference a little bit, but I was kind of not really paying attention too much. The Wii U, I thought it'd be cool, but the games really just don't interest me. They're all the usual Nintendo games, which I've never really cared too much about. So, yeah, here I do get the Moab, so I haven't died yet. I know I've gotten pretty lucky, but basically for this gameplay, I was just trying to patrol this area. I mean, hey, if they're not going to kill you, why not, right? So, at this point, I've got the Moab. I'm kind of getting cocky. I'm just going to run out and die right there. So, and then it starts to lag again for some reason. Don't know why that is. But, yeah, now I'm just sort of running around trying to get a few last kills before the last two tags are picked up. Get another one there. I didn't think I'd get any kill confirmed. I thought some of the game modes would go a lot longer, but this team, they actually made it close, so the game did go on for quite a while, so that was pretty lucky. Basically, the gameplay's coming to an end. I'm going to come up here and get the final kill, and that's going to be it. Hopefully more to come, and subscribe for more.